Thanks for joining us again with Lori from First Step, and we've been chatting, having a wonderful time during the break. And Lori, you've got some statistics, and we want to let the folks know April is Alcohol Awareness Month. Would you read some of those statistics that talk about what alcohol is doing to us and to our folks living in this country financially and otherwise?
Well, according to the CDC, which is the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, in 2010, there was 15,990 alcoholic liver disease deaths.
Wow.
And then the number of alcohol-induced deaths, excluding accidents and homicides, was over 25,000 people. And I did pull some other statistics. They say 76 million people have been exposed to alcoholism in the family.
Wow. That's 3/4 of the population. That's huge.
It is
well,
huge.
you know, it's huge, and we have a tendency in this country to every celebration
It has a drink.
It's centered around some sort of drinking, no matter what it is. You know,
and some people can take that drink and be fine, but then, you know, the other person thinks that they can take that one drink, and most of these people are recovering alcoholics, and they think, oh, I can go out this one time and have that one drink, and then this vicious cycle starts all over again.
Right.
It says treating alcoholism and its effects on health costs more than treating cancer.
Oh my goodness.
Addiction costs every American citizen $1,000 per year.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. Alcohol is the #1 drug problem in America and in the UK. And then 1/3 of all suicides, 1/2 of all murders, 1/2 of domestic violence cases, and 1/4 of all emergency hospital admissions are alcohol related. So those are just a few things.
Those are horrible statistics.
They are. They're horrible. But we can improve those statistics by not drinking.
By not drinking, exactly. There are other ways to celebrate. We've either gone, I'm thinking of past shows and guests that have been on, and I'm thinking, my gosh, what are we going to do to change this? Because we've either used alcohol or food. So now we've got this huge problem with alcohol.
I can relate to the food.
Food, yeah.
Because right now it's like, well, food. There is something about food that does make you feel better for the moment. And it's kind of the same thing with alcohol. Alcohol will make you feel good for the moment. Now it's the next day, and you're thinking, okay, why did I eat that, or why did I drink that?
Right.
That we have to focus on.
And a lot of peer pressure. I mean, it's ingrained in the society. You can't have a football game without a brewski and something else, to go with it. Some good,
food.
Good high calorie food. So, maybe we need to start as a complete culture, changing our mind on how we do some of these things. So,
I think that would be a good. I guess it could be a mid-year resolution.
Yeah, mid-year resolution. I love that. I know we talked one time too. You'd mentioned that. When patients come to you, and you said that you love to take a before and after photo to show them
the toll it takes on a person's life. I do, every time a patient comes in, I do want to take a before and after picture. Not that I want to be rude or hateful or anything like that, but when a patient does come in, you can tell they're just exhausted. They haven't eaten, they haven't taken care of themselves. They haven't provided their body with the proper nutrition, and they've damaged this. They had this lifestyle for many, many years. And within those 4 days, there is such a change. It's almost like the wilted flower has been watered and given sunlight, and they just look so much better. And I will tell them, I'll be like, "Oh my gosh, you just do not understand how much better you look." But yes, alcohol, cigarette smoking, drug abuse, it ages your body so much. I do have a statistic that says 95% of alcoholics die from the alcoholism disease, but they also lose 26 years of their normal life expectancy.
Wow. So they're dying younger.
They are dying younger, and they look older. We'll have a patient who comes in who's 40. but before you ever look at their age, you know that they're probably 65. They're missing their teeth, and it's due to, just abusing the body over time by not providing proper nutrients and the alcohol.
Yeah. Yeah. Because a lot of alcoholics, I mean, they're filling up.
Their calories are alcohol.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're suppressing their immune systems. They're not able to fight certain things, and
it's just a vicious cycle that's going on. And I think it's important, though, too. We've been spending a lot of our time here this afternoon talking about alcohol, but this is across the board, any age. Much of our older retired population, when they've had surgeries that then get caught up in the pain killer process, and they become addicted to painkillers. But that's another process that you can help. So you were talking about, like with the knee, they still think it hurts, but yeah.
Well, and they even say that 3 million citizens older 60 abuse alcohol.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's, people are retiring, they retired, they haven't replaced that work, they had work in their life and they haven't replaced it with a hobby or with something productive, and they sit around the house and they drink, and that passes the time. I don't know if that's it, but they do say that
part of it, sure.
Elderly drinking is on the rise.
And I think too that when we think about some of our elderly folks, that it's been acceptable in this country for an awfully long time. And I always think of sort of after World War II in particular. I mean, it was heavy drinking was and smoking was not considered anything that unusual. So I think it's just kind of mushroomed and gone on and passed down through the generations.
Right.
And we're seeing some terrible results because of it. So not to blame the World War II folks in any way, shape, or form. My mom and dad would not be happy with me on that one. But
there is a place that people can get help. If they do see a loved one, or if they feel like a loved one is having problems with alcohol or pain medication, there is a place at the hospital that they can call and get help, get more information. Even if their loved one isn't ready for the help, we can help. We can help the rest of the family with resources.
Sure, and sending them, like we talked about earlier, like with Al-Anon and that kind of thing. There are programs out there for addicts of any sort and for their family members that are experiencing the behaviors. They're forced to go through the behavior of their loved one. So, but, well, Lori, my goodness, the things you do. We're so glad that you're out there every day looking for other resources to provide for folks and bring them back to the hospital and let us know what those are. And what's the furthest away you've had somebody come to Mountain Home?
I would have to say either Tulsa, Oklahoma, or probably Columbia, Missouri.
Okay.
Is the furthest we've had.
Okay.
Now, we had a patient, they were visiting, I'm trying to remember, I'm thinking it was like Chicago. They came to visit, and while they were here, they utilized our service.
That's wonderful. That's, I'm always marveling at Mountain Home, Arkansas. Here we are, Baxter Regional Medical Center, and we are seeing people from all over the country come and utilize various programs.
Well, not only our service, but the hospital has so many new age services that a lot of other hospitals, even in the big cities, don't offer.
No,
so
our 3D tomosynthesis is for mammographies is absolute proof of that, and we're seeing some great things coming down through the 3D. We're going to have some folks on the show later on in the year to talk some more about the 3D tomosynthesis program, because we are saving lives left and right with that process. It's catching cancer so much earlier than any of the 2D.
Right.
Yeah. So, and you're right. We've got all sorts of great technology. So, would you come back and join us on the show another time?
Well, sure.
After that baby is born.
hope. Yes, I will be more than happy.
Well, maybe we can get you on one more time before the baby's born.
Yes, I think we did a show last time, and I had just found out that I'm pregnant, so like everyone can watch me grow and then hopefully shrink.
Watching Lori grow. I love it. Well, come back and visit us again real soon, and thank you so much for being such a great part of the First Step process at Baxter Regional Medical Center, and almost 5 years of just helping all those out there that really are feeling hopeless.
Well, before we go, I want to give our number out, because we haven't done that yet, and that's, you can call the hospital at 508-1000 or our direct line 870-508-7590.
Great. Thanks, Lori. I sure appreciate you coming in today. All right. Come and see us soon, okay?
Thank you.
Bring the new baby with you.
Well, that'll be a treat.
Thank you so much for joining us today for BRMC's Healthy Connections. We'll be back to see you again next week.